It was insane. Crypto XR was completely insane, guys. And in this video, I want to tell you about my experience with Crypto XR, with the event, but also with the Ecomi and Veve team, with the VEVE with everyone that I met. And I want to talk about Ecomi and Veve as much as I can, or as deep as I can. And yeah, so guys, one thing, smash up the like button if you appreciate these small video updates. Actually, I don't know if it will be small. Smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel to always stay tuned to Ecomi and Veve news, to general crypto content and so on. You know the drill. And tick the little bell to always get notified. Now, another thing very important, if you see this, Rare Hodler Jonas, happy birthday. I hope you enjoy. I know that you already got a really nice present. And very important also, all the Rare Hodlers that came to the event, thank you so much for being there. It was absolutely awesome. I really loved it. And yeah, so thank you very much for being there. Was super nice meeting each and every one of you. And I want to also thank, at this point, David, Dan and Reese for the good talks, the good conversations. Let's say the open arms and the long way that they took. Reese not, because the way is not so long, but the other two, Dan and David, for taking such a long flight on to meet the European VEVefam. Now, why was it so insane? And you can probably hear that my voice is not what it should be. That is because people just didn't stop partying. So obviously I did already talk against the noise on the event itself. I conducted some interviews, talked with some people always talking loud. So and then until in the middle of the night in the pub, in party location, everything was going crazy, right? So good. Let's start maybe with my perception in general. How do I feel? I feel excited because I see so many people, people that actually are super deep engaged. I saw insane collections. Like yesterday, for example, someone came up and showed me a collection with over 10,000 collectibles. That was insane to see, and to pick these people's brains on why they are doing that, what they are collecting, what they are into, if they have Omi besides all of those collectibles or not, right? So that obviously what gets them bullish, yeah. And what gets them bullish is obviously the IP on the app, specific collectibles that they like, and the development specifically that has happened on Veve. And yeah, some people are just unbroken excited, right? Despite bear market, bull market, they are super excited. So that was something that gave me bullish sentiments from the community, right? Now, with regards to the team, I was surprised. What do I say, right? Surprised. I was impressed by the way that they were talking about their business. Especially David, to see David, I mean, you saw it in the video itself. He got a present from one of the artists on the other side of the booth. I filmed that. I was there at the right moment, right time to see David in action getting something. And if you see in reality how he gets excited about, yeah, I would say like a little child about getting collectibles and so on, but also the excitement with which he is talking about Ecomi and Veve and the collectibles. If you have to feel that in real life. I know that because I didn't meet the team before, I didn't meet the people before, and yeah, that excitement did not transfer as much. I mean, I knew it from other people, what other people said, but it didn't transfer as much as meeting David in real life. And the same goes for Dan, right? So obviously the type of conversation that you have, the way of conversation is a different one, but nonetheless as dedicated as David, as enthusiastic as David, and he also showed us some of his physical collection, so collectibles that he owns. So that is something that I was really impressed about. And then had some really good talks with Reese also. Now, everyone's like, hey, Patient Hodler, where the fuck is the alpha, right? Where the heck is the updates on Ecomi and VEVE? Now, did we ask a lot of questions? Yes. Were we allowed, or was I allowed to conduct an interview? No, but that's not really something negative, right? So I had prepared a lot of questions, and obviously I cannot just go there and hold the camera in face of people and ask them questions and then upload that directly to YouTube, right? You need to ask for an interview. I did, and team basically explained to me why there's now a new process of doing these things, and that is the reason why we are not going to see an interview with David and Dan, for example, from CryptoXR. The bottom line is that from everything that I heard, I am pretty bullish. Obviously, everything, and that the team is really aware of that we need to see results. It's about delivering and not about shilling things that are maybe coming in 5 years, right, on video. So that's the reason why there's no interview. I'm very confident that we are getting deliveries, and not in 2027, like that we are getting deliveries from now on, the next quarters, that there's stuff coming, right, around Ecomi with a priority, but also VEVE, and we are seeing that. So obviously everyone's like, yeah, the article that just launched, hey, it's a nothing burger, but I want to get into what is also written in this article. It's split up in 3 points. One is the direct access to OMI, access and usability in this article. So what does that mean? There are only 2 ways of access that are imaginable, and that is exchanges and buying OMI via credit card in the app. Something like that, right? Or however, but buying OMI in the app or somehow with an app functionality. So this is what I derive from the article, right? Everyone can see this article. Now the second point is the use of the Ecomi token OMI to NFT. It says in the article, high priority, because many people, including guests on my channel, but also myself, have found VEVE via OMI. Okay, so I like to hear that stuff. And the third one is what we have already ongoing in very small pieces and steps is the OMI utility, or OMI utility program is the old name, the OMI reward seasons, right? So right now, MCP gaining through OMI, and then bronze tickets through having the OMI in the app, which you cannot use yet, and which we don't know in which exact way it will be used. But what happened is, and I want to also address this, VEVE launched an article during that event. You guys saw it on Twitter. They launched this article during the event with the MCP points. Now you could say, yeah, but Patient Hodler, 10,000 comics, what the fuck? I mean, it will not sell out anyway, so the MCP here is kind of useless, and no one will go for it. And 5,000 MCPs, if you gain 500 MCPs per day, that's like 10 days of cooldown. Why should I use it? I'm definitely going to use them, not because I think that they are necessary for this specific drop, but because I want to test this stuff so that I can still report here and that I still know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm going to sacrifice 5,000 MCP points for us, okay? If I don't miss the drop, by the way, which is never excluded because of work, right? But I will try to get it done. Now back to the edition sizes. This drop is a test run. So if something goes wrong, you need to see that this is a test and it is calculated with a certain percentage that such a drop something can go wrong with the bidding of the MCPs, with deducting of MCPs. So this is a test, and this is also why the edition size is so high, because let's say, everyone that has MCPs just wants to try it out. You cannot try it out and have a successful test if you only launch 1,000 editions and 5,000 people want to go for the drop, right? So that is the thing. So I think that's fine, and I also believe, so you see, for example, there's a bidding, right? So I can go in with 5,001 MCPs because I would get priority over the ones that have less bids. That is how I understand it. There's another interesting thing, before I forget it, in this article, and that is that the MCP points are not degrading, so it's not going away apparently. Okay, so that was new. Now what I imagine is, let's say the drop wasn't a comic drop. Let's say the drop is like this Matt Gondek drop that had 20 secret rares, and of which only 16 are in circulation, and that right now are selling for like $12,000 or so on the app. Then probably, even if there is a minimum bid of 5,000, people that really want that chance of having one of them, and maybe even a chance of the secret rare, they will probably sacrifice way more than 10,000, way more than 10,000 MCP points, right? So I'm really curious to see that. So let's take my account as a reference. I have about 500,000 MCP points. This is accumulated since 2 years with a stack of, now, obviously in the beginning I only had a couple of collectibles, but now I have like close to 600. Now let's say I add some OMI to my wallet, which I will, because I also need to test that out. Otherwise I can't make content about it, right? So it's probably going to move a couple of million OMI, or 1 or 2 million OMI to my L2. So let's say I to get a comic or so, I put in 5,000 MCP points to get it. Okay, that's not a big deal, right? But let's say I do that and I don't get the drop. Okay, lesson learned. I have to put more MCPs. So there, okay, 10,000. I still don't get the drops. Fuck, right? So I have to put more in. But let's say it's really like a hardcore, like something big, a big IP, new vertical, I don't know what, and people are bidding the hell out of it. There could be a drop, like let's just say, and they didn't talk about this, but let's just say they bring One Piece or so, right? Which is my favorite anime. And they bring a character like a Zoro or Sanji that I like. I'd probably take a big chunk, if not all of my MCP points to get that stuff. And probably everyone else who's a big fan will do the same. So, and then after that, I burned through my MCPs. So what do I have to do? Either I have to wait, and it's like a big cooldown until my 635 daily points accumulate, or I have to find means and ways to get more points. Okay, so I would probably I would have to save, because I cannot afford to get so many more points, but I would definitely try to increase the points. So what do? Okay, I take maybe my rest of the OMI while I do not want to take profits also, and move it also to my app, right? Because then I get way more MCP points, and that is a way to get ahead of other people. And also the stack of other people will degrade, so then with less MCP but gaining more, I will have more ways to get into it. So bottom line is, you need to either buy OMI or collectibles to increase that if you want the drops. And we do see that people still want the drops. They may not buy 20,000 editions at the moment, but for example a McGondic drop, which I personally am not such a big fan of the art in itself, but I was kind of excited to see people everywhere at Crypto XR going for the drop and only a couple of people hitting, right? So a lot of people did not even get selected to get that collectible. Good. So that is something that makes me bullish, and that is something that comes from the article, but also combined with a couple of things that have been said. I think that, yeah, that is now OMI utility, right? I mean, with this comic drop, it's basically not necessary because it's a test, as I said before. But let's just say it is becoming more useful and more utility. That is cool. Now, a couple of other things throughout Crypto XR. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my interview with Josh Emmett, the UFC fighter. He's also a big collector. He has a lot of grails and so on. He got himself some London Police collectibles. So overall, super nice guy. I really, if you watch this, I really enjoyed talking to you. Conversation was awesome, and I hope you have nice travels. Thanks for the interview. So that was cool, and I met a lot of other people that I never met before, like all the YouTubers, like from the Germans. We didn't meet before, even in Germany. So I also had like the honor to meet Captain VEVE, Vevefam, VEVE Meister, a lot of people that are more like known from Twitter space, for big collectors, big comic nerds. Thinking about A1 Instinct, for example, or so, right? So a lot of people. Then was nice to meet Fanny in person from the French community. Was nice to meet VV Magic in person. Was nice to meet Mr. MC1, and so many more. If I didn't name you, I'm sorry, because all that partying was probably not good for my memory, and I am also driving, and anyways, I digress. Now, what else? So I think a couple of things that can be said is, for example, the physical comic that I gave away also to a couple of people, one on my channel in a box, and then also a bunch to my rare hodlers. So if you're not a rare hodler, consider it, because there is utility, right? So there's a rare hodler utility program that is being developed by me, like I please, as I please. So that is definitely happening. But shilling aside, these comics, if you have one, I recommend, with a non-financial advice, to hold on to it, right, for dear life. Why? Because apparently they are extremely scarce. So if I remember the numbers correctly of this thing, there's like 1,000 of them. And now we have that grading with the VEVE logo. So probably not every comic will be a 9.8, right? But there will be hopefully the chance for us to grade these things, signed or not, with that VEVE logo, right? So that we have our 9.X's with the VEVE logo. Maybe that gets supported, right? And let's say you have a physical with that VEVE logo on the back, where even maybe the Virgin variant, that is even more scarce probably. But overall, there are like 1,000 of those. So that is insane. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's see what else I learned. So overall, maybe some thoughts about the entire event. So Crypto XR, I think it was nice. It was tiny, and in that small environment, the power of the VEVE community was really visible, like was big. So a lot of people piling up. London Police drop or Phygital sold out within the 2 days. Not everything was gone in the first day, but I think after the people saw the floor price after the first day of like 450 gems, it was clear that the next day the rest will be gone. I have no idea where it's sitting right now. A lot of signing going on, a lot of people getting their comics signed by David and Dan. Queues. I don't know how many people from the VEVE were there, but I would say hundreds. We spent almost the entire day together, everyone, like you're running around in this environment and talking to people left and right, everyone enthusiastic about both Ecomi and VEVE, showing off collectibles, special mints. You see people that are collecting specific numbers for collectibles. You are seeing people that are piling up like crazy, like mini Bezojmans, right? You're seeing people taking AR stuff. Mr. Falcon, for example, another one to mention. It was super nice to meet him and to see what he was doing. He took some interesting AR VR photos, so to say. Yeah, what else? So what can I say about getting together for parties and everything? And there was such a good energy in the air with everyone, and people just exchanged ideas, not only about Ecomi and VEVE. People just got together and talked about what are you doing in real life, what are you doing for profession, and so on. So like people really got to know each other, and knowing who is watching my stuff and knowing who is in general in that running around in the Ecomi Vevefam was super important for me, and I'm really grateful for all those experiences, right? So there was not one person where I was like, oh, I don't want to talk to you, please go away. Not one. And there was not one conversation where I would say, oh, please go away, that is lame, that is boring, I don't know. Super interesting stuff everywhere. And yeah, what can I say? I'm probably, it's not even describable, so probably I will just edit some photos here and there over this video so that you guys can see how it was. And probably I'm failing for the first time, in my mission to bring over the sentiment that I have for the people. I mean, we were only together like 2 to 3 days, depending on when people did arrive, and it feels like I made, I don't know, hundreds of friends, right? Especially the people that hung out with me like half the day, that I don't know, went walking with me through the city, getting to the event, coming from the event, where we had a drink together or so, or 2 or 10, something like that, right? So yeah, that was awesome. Probably you think when you watch this, oh, this guy's just rambling on because he still has 3 hours to drive to get to his destination. It's not. I'm trying to pack into this video everything that I feel about this event. Yeah, and I think that is important to me to get this out. Now you could say, oh, you didn't bring the super alpha with timeline when this and that is coming that no one knows. I think it's for the best that I don't. But let me ensure this to you. As someone who is always on the skeptical side, there are 2 things to consider now. This is boiling this down to the essence. Am I a 100% degenerate moon boy now because I was on this event? No. Am I more bullish than I was before? Yes. Did my impressions and feelings to many people from the team but also from the community change? Yes, for the better. In almost every case, if I didn't have already like 100% feelings towards them in that sense, now it's like that. Yes. Do I still believe that we need to see something like in terms of delivery first before we can move on with talking about certain things? Yes, absolutely. And they, as I said before, the team is aware of this, and the team is looking forward to deliver. So that's the message that I bring from this. And yeah, I can only say I am going to, I don't know if you're with me or not on this, but I'm going to give them the time to deliver that with my VEVE collectibles and my OMI that I have. and I am looking forward to everything that is about to come. So with that said, probably I have to discuss a little bit more on next crypto morning coffee, with which is depending on how I feel tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow in the morning. I hope so. And this video hopefully is going up today in the evening still, so that you can get pretty fresh impressions from CryptoXR. But come to my crypto morning coffee and ask me questions if I can respond them. Hopefully I can respond them, especially if you want to know how I saw different things and so on after this event. Yes, so overall, I would say if you want me to rate my bullishness on, or let's not do a rating, because that can be just interpreted in the wrong way. But let's do something like, hey, are you more bullish on Ecomi? Yes, a little more. Are you more bullish on VEVE than before? Hey, I was always bullish on VEVE. I always said that. Yeah, but am I more bullish on VEVE now? Yes, also. So yeah, definitely something to consider here. Like it or not, leave a comment down below right now with what you think. Do you think I got converted into a degenerate moon boy, or do you think that was valuable for you to hear as an insight? If you calculate everything together, like going by car 800 kilometers, sacrificing some holiday days, a lot of money for everything, like fuel, hotel and everything. If you ask me, was it worth it? Yes. If you have never gone to a VEVE event, if you have never met the team in your life, if you have never made these experiences, I can only recommend, if they are close to you, if they are somewhere close to where you are, or you have the chance to go, I can only recommend that you do that, because it's a game changer, right? At least for me. But maybe I also feel about this because I'm doing YouTube content, and maybe that's different. But I think a lot of my rare hodlers feel the same about that we're attending, right? So yeah, I can only thank once more everyone that was there, that made me having a good time. And wherever you are on the world, have a just great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you tomorrow at Crypto Morning Coffee. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.